Feeling stressed? Need a reset? Or just a break from the noise? A good hike can do more than just clear your head, and sometimes all it takes is a walk to turn your whole day around. Studies show that walking in nature can reduce anxiety, boost creativity, improve sleep, and even lower blood pressure. Welcome to Hiking for Health. In this video, I'm sharing 5 walks in Lincolnshire that can lift your mood and recharge your mind, no matter what kind of week you've had. So let's get moving. Walk number 1 starts along a peaceful stretch in the heart of the Lincolnshire Wolds, in the tiny hamlet of Enderby. Enderby's Church of St Margaret is a hidden gem. Built in the 1400s, it's a perfect example of local greenstone architecture. Simple, beautiful, and full of quiet history. Inside you'll find a 15th century font and a sense of stillness that makes you want to pause a while. The walk winds its way through to Somersby, the birthplace of one of England's most beloved poets, Alfred Lord Tennyson. These landscapes shaped Tennyson's early life, and you can feel echoes of his poetry in every hedgerow and breeze. Somersby's St Mary's Church is where Tennyson was baptised, and where his father served as rector. It's a place steeped in quiet reverence, nestled among the trees just as if it was in Tennyson's day. This walk isn't just about distance, it's about connection, to nature, to history, and to the words of a poet who found inspiration in these very fields. It's a reminder that sometimes a short walk can take you back centuries. So lace up your walking boots and come and see for yourself what Enderby and Somersby has to offer. And if you have time after the walk, why not visit the city of Lincoln and the Tennyson Monument, located just outside Lincoln Cathedral. Walk number 2 begins right in the centre of the village of Binbrook, a place with deep rural roots and centuries of history. In the centre stands Binbrook Manor House, and a memorial to those from the village who fell during the Great War. Nearby, the Church of St Mary and St Gabriel is a peaceful spot to pause. Just outside the churchyard, a standing stone marks a mysterious link to even older times, its origin unknown, its presence powerful. From here, the path leads us away from the village and into the open countryside, towards the lost medieval village of Orford. Nothing remains now, but soft earthworks and whispers of the past. But once this was a thriving community, long since disappeared into the landscape. The walk then continues to Stainton le Vale, a perfect place for a peaceful lunch break. The tiny church of St Andrew, set among trees and surrounded by rolling fields, offers a moment of rest and reflection. Bring a flask, take a seat, and let the stillness soak in. After lunch, the walk heads towards Kerman-le-Mire. This unassuming spot hides a surprising secret. A Roman villa once stood nearby. A beautifully preserved mosaic was uncovered here. Though the mosaic was removed, the site remains rich in historical significance, a quiet nod to the deep layers of time beneath our feet. The final stretch follows the high ground of Binbrook Top, with sweeping views across the Wolds. It's a moment to take it all in, sky, land, and history mingling together before the path gently descends back into the village where the war began. Walk number 3 begins in Fulletby, a hilltop village which was occupied by the Romans from the 1st through to the 4th century. Heading north on the path towards Belchford, the wide skies and gentle hills of the Wolds stretch before us. This land, shaped by ice and time, carries the quiet legacy of those who once walked it, including Roman and Saxon communities. The country lanes twist and turn, and the path leads us into Belchford. The Bluebell Inn is a traditional country pub, popular with walkers in the area. St Peter and St Paul's Church is a Grade II listed building with roots stretching back to the 12th century. Set on a slight rise, the churchyard offers lovely views of the surrounding Wolds, making it a natural stop for walkers and visitors exploring the area. As the walk continues, you'll walk along the bridleway Platt's Lane, which is part of a Roman salt road, one of a number linking the East Coast salt producing area with Lincoln. If you look to your left, you'll notice the ruins of Glebe Farm standing prominent on the hillside. Tetford welcomes us with its winding lanes and charm. At its heart stands the Church of St Mary. The walk continues through woodland, meadows and rolling hills until you eventually reach the start and the village of Fulletby. From this southeasterly viewpoint, the coast can be seen, with its many wind turbines in the North Sea. Walk 4 begins at the Church of St Andrew in the village of South Thoresby. This peaceful circular route passes through Bellew, Swaby and the ruins of St Andrew's Church at Calsby. South Thoresby is home to the Chapel Studios, a world-class recording studio, and over the years this hidden gem has welcomed international artists to record their music in the Lincolnshire Wolds. Leaving the village behind, we head north through a gentle pasture and the site of an old hall on the right. This part of the Wolds feels untouched, just the crunch of boots, the song of birds and the whisper of wind in the trees. Next is Bellew, quiet and tucked away, but rich in history. The Church of St John the Baptist is a peaceful treasure, its simple beauty belying a long connection to nonconformist thinkers, including the family of Henry Vane, a key figure in the English Civil War and early American politics. For such a small place, its legacy is mighty. From here we walk to Swaby, where ancient footpaths weave through sun-dappled woods and across small streams. And eventually arrive at the Church of St Nicholas. Our next stop is Calsby, a place of haunting beauty. Once a thriving medieval village, it was deserted centuries ago. All that remains are soft earthworks, wild grasses and the quiet ruins of St Andrew's Church, a shell of stone standing guard over lost time. Walking here you feel the hush of history all around you. Finally, before returning to the start, you pass South Thoresby Warren Nature Reserve, which is always worth a visit. Our final walk begins in Normanby-le-Wold, the highest village in Lincolnshire, sitting proudly at 168 metres above sea level. At its heart stands St Peter's Church, a small but beautiful 13th century building surrounded by grazing sheep and rolling pasture. On a clear day, the views from here stretch for miles, the kind of scenery that feeds the soul. From Normanby, the path winds gently across open countryside, where nature still rules and the pace of life slows with every step. If you turn to the right, you'll be able to see Lincoln Cathedral on a clear day. Soon we arrive in Walesby, a village with not one but two historic churches. First we pass the quaint St Mary's, but it's the All Saints, known as the Ramblers Church high on the hill, that draws walkers from far and wide. The Ramblers Church is a sacred stop on the Viking Way. Inside, a stained glass window depicts Christ with weary walkers and cyclists, a tribute to those who journey on foot across the land. It's a quiet, powerful place, open to all. The path continues, leading us through fields with stunning views towards one of the Wolds' best-loved villages, Tealby. With its stone cottages and winding streets, Tealby is like stepping into a postcard. It's also said to have once been the home to Elton John, who owned a house here in the 1970s. But even more famous locally is the King's Head, the oldest thatched pub in Lincolnshire, dating back to the 14th century. As the trail ends, there's nothing quite like the feeling at the end of a hike. Tired legs, a clear mind, and a heart full of the places you've just walked through.